Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device. D-Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl, rolling with Stick here today on a Monday. D-Mac's got the golf outing season is still going on, right?
He's at a golf outing right now. D-Mac doing his thing. I believe it's the Ted Lindsay golf outing. So,
yeah. Okay, I get that one. You got to represent it, that one. I certainly do understand that. But we are live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. Yes, they are Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. Doing business, too. The place is on and popping. No chip shortage talk or inventory problems or any of that stuff here at Feldman Chevrolet. So make sure you slide by on the internet. Pay them a visit, feldmanchevyofnovi.com.
And follow them on Instagram, too.
They are on the gram.
Follow. Yeah, make sure you're following them.
I mean, the stories probably won't be as good as Stick stories, going through the city. But, at the same time, it's high-quality stuff. There's no doubt about that. But, yeah, happy to have you all with us. There's no doubt about that. But, yeah, happy to have you all with us. Remember, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can jump in the YouTube chat. As we go on, we'll be reading your thoughts, the good, the bad, the ugly, a lot like your Detroit Lions this weekend. But it was an action-packed weekend of football. We saw it all, Stick.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we talked about this a little bit before the show. I don't know why everybody's coming in today acting like they thought we were going to beat the Eagles. We knew this first game was going to be a tough one. If they won it, heck yeah, gravy all over my mashed potatoes. But we knew this was not going to be a win. What I'm comparing this to is how they played the Eagles last year compared to how they played the Eagles this year. And if we're talking about that, leaps and bounds growth.
Well, we'll discuss that.
Yeah, you're not feeling the same thing?
No, I mean, no, I'm really not.
Okay.
And we're really going to get into it. And
apparently we are.
I really have some things to say about that on our YouTube chat thread. Prag Patel, do they even have cars to sell? Yeah. Places packed with cars out here.
The last time we were here, what was that, like a month ago, we did the broadcast in the parking lot, and there was room in the parking lot. Today I pulled up with the U-Haul because we got this beautiful new desk, the TV set up, and all that stuff. And there's nowhere to move because they have so much inventory here at Feldman and Novi.
Right, absolutely. But, that's a topic of discussion. Also, the whole Lion stuff as well. Sam Flannel is here with us.
Yeah.
Alex Westfall, our producer today. Fish is around. He's the cast member at large, I guess you would say.
You got Sam Flannel's camera ready to go? Because I know Flannel's coming with the heat. Plus, he's coming off his bachelor party weekend, so we got to talk to Flannel about some festivities.
And that's what I wanted to know first. Okay, now it was your bachelor party weekend, Sam Flannel, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys, Saturday, you gathered around the TV, you watched Nebraska and Scott Frost because you're a big believer, and you said this was the year, and now the man's unemployed. So take us through the bachelor party weekend.
Well, I will say this. That might be the single worst take of my life. And at this point, all I have to do is just kind of live in it, love it, and learn it. And that's okay. That's all right. But yeah, the bachelor party weekend was fun. We just went out a couple of times, a couple of bars. It was actually sort of a dual bachelorette weekend with my fiance. We all went to Indianapolis. And then my crew met up with her crew at the end of the night on Saturday, and that was actually the most fun part to me, honestly.
Oh, that's such a weak move.
I know. That's what you guys – I know I was going to get that. But it was fun. I mean, all of it was fun, but we're all in our 30s now, so Sunday – dear Lord, I was pretty rough. I'm still feeling it, but you know what? I'm coming here ready to bring the heat. So that's but the Scott Frost stuff.
Well, Sam Flannel, if it makes you feel better, the people on the YouTube chat thread, remember you can get involved there too as well. Say no, the Ben Wallace take is still your worst take ever. So you have that to hang your hat on.
Hey, I don't think so. I think Scott Frost is #1 because I stand by my Ben Wallace take.
They spent $7 million more. They could have waited till October 1st and fired him and saved $7 million, and they didn't do it.
Honestly, at this point, they should take him before City Hall for shame or something and have people just shout obscenities at him. That's how bad Scott Frost was. No winning seasons. Such a disappointment. Yeah. especially to me.
On the YouTube chat thread, D. Smitty, am I tripping or did Malcolm Rodriguez outplay N'Kobe Dean? Well, that's funny because am I tripping or did Trayvon Walker outplay Aiden Hutchinson?
Oh, my God. That
Trayvon
was a fact.
Walker.
Big man's a problem.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
We're gonna get into all that.
Aiden
though.
did have half a tackle.
Okay, that's fair.
Mark it down.
So
Not a full one. He helped.
So then
He helped on a play.
By that rationale, he'll have 8.5 tackles by the end of the season.
And I'm talking defensive rookie of the year.
No, but we are. We're easy, guys, easy. The Michigan people, the haters are coming through. There's also something else, Sam Flannel, that I wanted to tell the people about. Once again, I got you right on Saturday. Not once, but twice. Hawaii in the 52.5. Did that win? I think it won.
I think it did.
Yeah.
I did. It did win. Fish was trying to say, well, it was sketchy and it was dicey for a minute. No, you were never not winning. And, oh, by the way, Texas. See, here's the deal, Sam Flannel. 11 penalties on Alabama in the first half.
Yeah.
Wow, that's weird how that stuff happens on the road in college athletics, isn't it? That's weird.
Hey, and honestly, if Quinn Ewers wouldn't have gotten hurt, I think Alabama loses that game. He was balling, and Hudson Card is just not it. He's terrible. He's a game manager. Quinn Ewers would have won that game for him.
Dom Rivera says, Neal got me right, made me some money. You're welcome. 20.
Attaboy.
I try to do it for the people. We're 20-7.
You're keeping people's lights on, Neal. You know, like
I know.
when people
Well,
give bad betting advice, I don't think they really understand. Like, people are out there risking their lives.
Here's the thing,
You're
Stick.
buying people dinner and not even knowing it.
No, see, I'm not doing that.
You are.
I'm not doing
A
that.
small child was able to go to school because of you.
I'm getting them right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can go 1-6 on a Saturday afternoon. Old Uncle Neal's going to come in and make it all okay. He's going to come bail you out. That's what it is. That's what I do for the people. I save them. Now, the onus is on you. Don't get in that kind of trouble again.
Right.
But if you do,
Right.
Old Uncle Neal's only one call away. So that's how we do it, my friend.
I didn't know Charlie Puth. I didn't know I was doing a show with Charlie Puth today. Goodness.
Yeah. So
People from Feldman Chevrolet looking around like, oh my God, this guy's voice
it is.
sounds like Fergie and Jesus.
NFL Draft Junkie says a half a tackle, it's like half a Cinnabon. I'm cheated.
I mean, and that was kind of the joke. Well, he did get some pressures, and pressures are nice, but, you kind of want a sack mixed in there, right? We watched Micah Parsons last night destroy Tom Brady in that first half. Obviously, didn't work out for the Cowboys the way you wanted it to, but that's the kind of performance you want to see out of Aiden Hutchinson at some point this season. Maybe not game one, but we expected more, especially after everything in Hard Knocks. And, he looked great in the preseason as well. His motor's not stopping. It's just effort sometimes isn't enough. You got to be better.
Right, absolutely. YouTube chat thread, Steve Brown. I'm kicking myself for not taking Neal's pick. Steve, I can't click the button for you on your phone. Like, I can't. I can tell you who to take. 20 times out of 27, they've won. That's documented. You asked Darren McCarty, the Minister of Accountability for Big D Energy. I can't click the button for you, Steve. I can tell you how it's going to go, but I can't click the button on your phone. So that's on you, Steve, but at least you're a man about it. You admit it. We're going to continue to do it. Machiavelli sucks to go. Neal, were you cheering against the Big Ten all weekend? You don't have the Big Ten takes care of that on their own. Good, hey, great weekend for your Big Ten West yesterday.
Not good. It's okay.
Not good.
Not good.
Well, Wisconsin.
In-depth analysis. That's what you come to.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Big D
Not
Energy,
good.
Woodward Sports. Well, Wisconsin. They had Washington State at home. No way they're going to lose to them. How did that game go?
Not good.
Oh,
and
they
Iowa,
lost.
not good either.
Now wait a minute. You're going to tell me Iowa lost? Weren't they at home?
They were at home. Rivalry game.
Yeah.
That's a big rivalry.
Yeah.
In-state, that's a tough one.
Come
that's
on,
a tough one to
man.
win.
It's Iowa.
14 combined points in 2 games. Yikes.
Iowa's
One
going to
touchdown.
Iowa. Did you did you see the meme last night about the Dallas Cowboys? It's the Dallas Cowboys offense, and they threw the Iowa logo up there. They're very similar.
They are very similar. Very mid.
Yes.
Absolutely. But no, it was a good run for the Big Ten. And no, Mac, was I cheering against them? I mean, I guess technically because I got you right with Hawaii in the 52.5. So, and Fish was giving me credit. He's like, oh, they were down 42-0 at halftime. Weren't you concerned? No, because at some point they were going to put Cade McNamara in the game. You knew they were.
He was bad. He was, even for, being off the bench cold and kind of not wanting to play. He was not good, and he did not look too happy about it, but I was okay with it. I kind of got a little bit of a chuckle
Even
out of
the
it.
walk-on that they put in after him looked better.
Yes.
Like, we were like, is Cade McNamara really the third best quarterback on this team?
Alan Bowman, too.
Rack brings up a good point. The Big Ten West is 9-7 right now.
That's terrible.
And that's non-conference play.
With home games.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is. But, it's something for me where we're going to do it. We're going to get in depth with the Detroit Lions. I want to take your thoughts on it. And everything was on brand. It was on brand. And I didn't have a lot of emotion to it. Now, you guys know I was down in Florida for work. I was able to escape to the sports bar and watch all the games at once. There was a guy with a Trevor Lawrence jersey that was cheering at the Jaguars game that was on the screen. I found the one Jacksonville Jaguar fan in America.
It's beautiful.
And he was there.
Nice.
And, they ended up being on brand as well. But, no, I mean, for me, it was just something where it was about what I thought, Stick. They're not good enough, guys. They're not good enough.
It's exactly what we thought. They're half good enough, I think, is what I took away from it, right? They're half good enough. The offense we knew can compete with anybody, can put up points against anybody. The defense we knew could give up points to anybody and is going to have a rough time competing all season long. We saw it in preseason, and you saw it come to life. You even saw it during Hard Knocks when they were talking about the coaches being like, oh, man, our defense got destroyed by our offense. And that's a concern. But we knew that, right? You're
Absolutely.
going in with half a team. Don't expect them to stop anybody. If we're going to win this year, it's going to be because we outscore people.
Karuna says the Giants won. WTF. The Bears won as well.
The Giants. I mean, they won off a missed field goal, so let's be honest. That kid knocks that field goal through. Giants being the Giants, they lose that game, but they still, it's a W, man. Dabble.
No, absolutely. We are going to go around the NFL. We'll certainly get to the college stuff and get that recapped. Also, Sam Flannel, strong fantasy take by you. It almost cancels out the Scott Frost Nebraska thing. But, your guy, Patrick Mahomes, dominant yesterday, and you needed it because you would have got roasted.
Did it work out for me? I'm feeling pretty good about myself right now. All the fantasy elites that were giving me crap for it can at least, give me Mike Flowers for 1 week at least.
one week, okay, yeah. One time. But we know in the end, you did win, right? You're going to win this week?
Yes. Ryan Lentz went down.
Okay, hey, it's not when you play people, it's who you play in this case.
Easy. I got Easy, baby. Me and Easy are going at it. He's got a 12-point lead right now, but I got Jerry Jeudy and Javonte Williams going tonight.
Oh, wow. So, see, no one cares about your fantasy team.
Should get that W.
No one cares.
Everybody around the office cares.
No, they don't. They don't. But, hey, if you're into home security, I know who you care about.
Yeah.
And that would be Guardian Alarm, because summertime is past, and that means spending more time outside. Let Guardian Alarm give you peace of mind while you are enjoying the sunshine. Just call 1-800-STAY-OUT today, and you can rest easy knowing you have 24/7 protection. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT. Let them know Woodward Sports sent ya.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello. Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Woodward Sports. This part of the show today? Watch again on YouTube or download the podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts.
get a free Woodward Sports t-shirt. That's right, a free Woodward Sports t-shirt all month long at Big Frog in Novi. Just stop in and tell them we sent you, and they will print you one on the spot. So go to Big Frog Novi today and get your free t-shirt, or visit them online at bigfrog.com/Novi.
Back at it here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, stick in for T-Foss and Darren McCarty. We're live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. Inventory is on and popping. This place is busy. Everybody buying their cars and getting it going. Visit them on the web, feldmanchevyofnovi.com. Follow them on the gram, too, as long as you are at it. But stick, let's get into it. Lions, Eagles, 38-35. Eagles get the win. Lions were down 38-17 at one point in this game. And, you know, as far as in-depth breakdowns and things like that, for me, Stick, it was pretty simple. Everything was on brand. Everything was on brand. Goff made a mistake. The offense did come around and score. DeAndre Swift is good. The linebacking and secondary's not. You know, what do you want me to say about this, Stick? Jalen Hurts, man, for all the grief that he gets from people, which I don't understand. What really jumped out to me in the NFL yesterday, Jalen Hurts makes a play, right? He was the best athlete out there.
And that's what he is. I mean,
but that's
quarterback's the position he plays, but he's a good running back. He's not a great quarterback.
Right.
He's not great at throwing the ball.
But Stick, if you look around the league, Justin Fields, in a game that was stuck in the mud with the Bears and the 49ers, he made a play athletically. Jalen Hurts, as we've seen, makes plays athletically. And he was the best athlete on the field, and that's the problem. And the Lions were unable to neutralize that. They don't have the tools to do that as of yet. They don't have the linebacking core. They don't have the defensive line to do it.
Nope.
And it's I keep hearing this phrase around town about it. It was a bad matchup, and yes, it was a bad matchup for them.
Well, it's a bad matchup when you're facing a better team. I mean, anytime you're facing a better team, that's a bad matchup, and the Eagles are a better team. I mean, they're projected to win the NFC East. They're projected to go to the playoffs. I thought it was a good litmus test to see where we were coming into this season, and obviously you want to walk away with a win, but a 3-point loss to a team that absolutely blew your doors off last year, I'll take that subtle growth, because I think that's what we're looking for out of the Lions this year. We're not looking for them to win 10, 12 games. We're looking for 7, 8, and I think we'll all be happy with that, because that's steady growth. So I'm not too disappointed, because I didn't expect the win. And I think when you give expectations and you come in thinking we're going to beat the Eagles, you can walk away today being like, oh, man, we didn't beat the Eagles. It's the same old Lions. And it's like, no, it's not the same old Lions. The same old Lions would have been blown out down 21. This is the same old Dan Campbell Lions that we saw last year get down by a lot,
which
fight,
we'll get
scrap,
into,
and hang in, and then you finally get back into it.
I think there are some things that are fair. I think there are some things that are fair to say. And some of the fans, Big D Energy, some of them might not like it, some of them will, and stuff like that. But let's start with the Dan Campbell thing, shall we?
Yeah.
Because here's my takeaway with it. And look, I've been consistent with this, guys. I am a big Brad Holmes guy, and how would you not be? Look at the starters that have been plucked out of the draft.
How do you not?
How do you not? Look at the way the books look down the road. Still kind of paying the price for the previous regime this year to the tune of $18 million for Jamie Collins and Trey Flowers. Nothing you can do about that. That's the way the ball's laying on the ground. So when you look at it from that perspective, Brad Holmes financially, Brad Holmes selecting talent, check. I'm cool with it.
Yep.
Let's ride. However, is it fair? Is it fair to me, fair of me to ask the question? We haven't seen it yet. Can Dan Campbell, is he a high-level coach in this league? Is it fair to ask the question? I'm not saying fire him. I'm not saying shut it down or anything like that. But the decisions you're seeing, Stick, ... I think it's fair to address the situation. Mark me if I'm wrong.
No, I think you're 100% correct, and that's what I started saying a couple months ago, too, is Dan Campbell needs wins. He checks all the other boxes, and I kind of equated this to Hard Knocks to bring that up again when they're bringing in Tom Kennedy before they cut him. Listen, you did everything we asked you to do. You caught every ball. You ran every play. You did it real hard, but guess what? you're not quite the guy. And that's my biggest fear for Dan Campbell, because we're all on board. He sends the right message. The guys respect him. He's checking all these boxes. But if the wins don't come, it's going to be, hey, take your playbook. Sorry. You tried real hard. You checked all the boxes.
Scoring this league.
But you're not quite there yet. And it's one game into the season, right? But next week, if they lose next week and how they lose next week, then we are going to have to start having these hard conversations, which I don't want to have. And if D-Mac was here, he'd be like, shut up. Look at my clock. 34 games. 34 games is when I'm going to evaluate Dan Campbell. But what we saw this past week was similar to the not bad, I guess, just awkward decisions going for it on fourth down. An onside kick when you really didn't need it. Some of the play calling was just questionable, and you were hoping that bravado and all that stuff would be cleaned up this year. Because I thought he did a lot of that last year just because of lack of talent. Like, hey, we got to try something or nothing's going to happen. This year, I was looking forward to a little less gambling.
Well, see, for me, like the onside kick thing, if memory serves, didn't they have a third down after the onside kick defensively? Weren't the Eagles at like a 3rd and 4 or something like that? The Lions couldn't get off the field defensively. Yeah. So I mean, and that was immediately following the onside kick. That was before they went down and scored. It's just I'm not gonna overreact to the onside kick stuff. And is it a low percentage play? Certainly. If it works, is he brilliant? Yes. But the moral of the story for me is, and somebody here, Namahe says, last year we lost a lot of close games. Yesterday we lost a close game. That's not progress. Progress is winning these close games. I'm over this we only lost by 3 attitude now.
But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's progress because of how bad we got beat by the same team last year. That's what I'm comparing apples to apples. I'm not saying, 3-point losses are good. I'm saying these guys beat us by 30 last year. This year we lose by 3. That's progress. Whether you want to admit it or not, a loss is a loss. It doesn't matter. It doesn't go down in the scorebook how much you lost by. It's an L or a W. This was an L. I understand that. But it was at least a palatable L compared to last year.
Right. And look, I'm Salty says you can't drop a coach after one game. Y'all don't judge too early. But here's the reality.
I'm not judging.
This
is 18 games, though, 19 games.
And I'm Salty. Look, that's fair. You're making see what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to keep the peace with everybody because I think my points are valid and my concerns are valid, I think. And if you want to say that, I think that's valid too. That's the nature of being one game into the season.
And here's the deal. You want to stop this conversation?
Win games.
Win. And that's it. I think me and you don't want to have this conversation,
100%.
Right? We don't want to have to sit up here and start questioning Dan Campbell game 1 of this season, but he gave us some things to question. They lost a close game. If they lose by 21 and he's making those, it's like, all right, none of those plays really mattered a ton, right? They were going to lose anyways. But when you're losing 3-point games, those decisions are now bigger decisions than just, let's try it.
Right, absolutely. And Benji the Goat says I can't stand all the guys pointing the finger at Dan, hold the players accountable. And of course. But here's the thing too. And your rationale where you talk about the game against Philadelphia last year and you look how that's 2 different things. On one side of the ball, it looked exactly the same. Exactly the same.
Yeah, but we knew that.
Like.
We knew that. We knew. Our offense, they're second highest paid in the league right now. Our defense, we knew. That's why they went out and spent a first-round pick on Aiden Hutchinson, a second-round pick on Paschal. Like, they knew they needed to shore this defense up. This isn't a secret. Everybody should know this coming into the season. If we're getting 35 points scored on us, you shouldn't be sitting there like, oh, my God, how did this happen? We're not the Ravens back in Ray Lewis days. This is not happening.
And look, this statement's going to get some hate from the people because they're going to label it as being haters. But here's the deal, and this is real, and Sam Flannel will mark me on this if I'm wrong. Your number 2 overall pick, Aiden Hutchinson, your second-round pick, right? That's significant draft capital, right? Josh Paschal. Combined to get you a half a tackle yesterday.
That's tough.
I know one didn't play, but that's part of it, guys. Like, that's part of it. They got to be better.
And we don't know anything about Josh Paschal. When's he coming back? And Aiden Hutchinson, I mean, we'll get into that more later, but to me, it was a little bit of a disappointment because he did bring some pressures, and I'm just going to preview, but when you're pressuring a mobile quarterback, you have to be disciplined. You have to break down because all Jalen Hurts has to do is just elude you, just step aside, run for 10 yards. And that happened a couple of times. So I was disappointed with Aiden Hutchinson, but it's week 1.
Right. And so, okay.
Are we going to address Easy in the chat? Easy. First of all, Easy, you're getting smoked in fantasy football, so we'll start with that. Second of all,
what did Easy say?
He's like, oh, well, I'm sure Dan Campbell drew up a pick 6, and that had something to do. You're acting like he coached that. And you not get what we're trying to say right now? Those things, expect interceptions to happen, expect turnovers to happen.
Right.
That's part of football. You need to have your team.
You can create them, too. Like, you can intercept the ball,
and that was
too.
another comment. Well, if we would have intercepted this, we could have won. It's like the time's over for ifs, whats, and could haves, right? It's either is or it isn't. We didn't win the game. Dan Campbell didn't have his team coached up enough to beat these guys.
And they do keep score.
Was it a close game?
Right.
Yeah, it was. Was it a close game in the middle of the third quarter? No, it wasn't. So I don't want to get back into this Pat Stafford. Hey, we were losing the whole game, but you see how many stats Stafford put up in the fourth quarter? Yeah, we'll do it in the first 3, then come talk to me.
Then holler at me.
Please.
No, but when we get into the next segment, though, can we do a quick YouTube flash poll? Just real quick, Sam Flan, can we do that? Or is that Westy?
That's executive producer Alex Westfall.
Alex Westfall, today. Everybody. My bad. Westy.
Pulling double duty, morning and BDE.
Do you have the ability to put up a quick YouTube flash poll? Because I want to do this for the next segment. Do you guys want to talk about your hero or your villain? Next segment. That's what I want to. I'm going to let the people choose their own adventure.
You, the people.
Yeah, you, the people. It's your show. It's your show. I'm just here captaining the ship. Do people want to talk about their Lions hero or their Lions villain? Because I think I know which way that they're going to go.
See, I don't really have a villain in this game. Like, I took nothing bad away from this game. Once again, it goes back to my expectations, though. It's like, I want to see a competitive game. I got a competitive game. Next week, if we lose, I'll be up here flipping this desk.
Well, what changes, though? See, that's what I'm curious. Like, everybody's talking about that.
The competition changes next week. The Eagles are a better team than us, on paper, on the field, in reality, in life. The Washington Commanders, not that team. They're not. I mean, Wentz looked pretty good yesterday. He had 4 touchdowns, but outside, but look who they were playing as well. I do not consider Carson Wentz a danger like I did Jalen Hurts. We saw it in preseason against the Falcons. We had an issue with Marcus Mariota. We had an issue with Desmond Ridder when he came in. We have an issue with mobile quarterbacks because we can't contain and we can't keep them in front of us. Then we went and played the Colts, and you see a Matt Ryan, keep him in the pocket, or whoever was starting for them, keep him in the pocket quarterback. We're a lot better on defense because we don't have to add that extra man in the mix.
Absolutely. So vote on the YouTube chat poll. You guys choose your own adventure. When we come back, do you want to talk about your Lions villain or your Lions hero? But in the meantime, we're live here at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. So when you pick up your brand new Chevy Equinox, go down the road, go to Big Boy. Why not? Limited time only. New burgers and loaded fries are at Big Boy. It's not just a Slim Jim. It's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? It's the bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries. Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy. Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
You're You're an ugly guy, and that's okay because you've outkicked your coverage with your significant other. Well, that's good news for you. Their hotness and your notness could get you front row tickets. The Woodward Sports Network is giving you a chance to sit front row for the Detroit versus Washington football game. That's right. We're looking for the ugliest guy and the hottest girl. So fellas, come on. If you know you've outkicked your coverage, here's your chance. Post a pic of you and your superior-looking partner on Twitter or Instagram with hashtag Woodward Front Row. Follow us and tag at Woodward Sports. Hurry because we'll be selecting a winner September 16th. We can't wait to see you. Well, her. From the network that always outkicks the competition. Woodward Sports.
Ruhl here for Chili Peppers Tanning, where you can join the Pepper Club. You get all the best deals. Plus, they'll beat the competitors' prices by at least $5. Go to chilipepperstanning.com. Find out which one of the 26 Metro Detroit locations work best for you. Chili Peppers Tanning, the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans. Again, 26 locations, more on the way. It's Chili Peppers Tanning.
And if Fish were here, he would say, Chili Peppers tan.
Absolutely. Look who we dragged in here. Terry Foster has
went
made
to the
it.
wrong spot. My bad.
But that's all right. You're here now. We are talking Detroit Lions, and we are live from Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. Inventory here, not a problem. This place is popping. Come down here, get your Chevy. I know you hear about shortage of chips and stuff like that. This place, chock full of cars. So pull up on them here at Feldman Chevrolet. Neal Ruhl, the esteemed Terry Foster here in the building as well. Let's update this YouTube chat poll real quick. Do you guys want to talk about your Lions, hero or villain? And hero has come from behind to win. Westy, we can close that one out. The hero, 53%. So, Terry, I know you're jumping in midstream here. Who was your Lions hero yesterday? We'll tackle the negative later.
It's DeAndre Swift, and how's that only 53%? Who the hell else was there?
Well, no, they said, I said, do you want to talk about the hero or the villain? 53% of the people said they want to talk about the hero. I think it's going to be pretty overwhelming. But, yes, DeAndre Swift certainly.
Absolutely.
Certainly balled out.
Unless you want to say the whole offensive line or something like that. But, there was no other heroes to me. And I feel like being bad because I've heard a lot about this. Was it a fake comeback or not? See, I think it's a fake comeback. Lions do this all the time, and I'm hearing how much they work so hard for this man. I think we've been brainwashed. They've been doing this for decades. Down 21, downs 14, make it a 4 or 5 point game or a 3-point game. This is what they do. And then we get all excited. Damn, that Lions right there. No, they're not.
Well, and I get that. We saw that around the league, too, yesterday. We saw that where teams jump out to big leads for whatever reason.
Guess what? Those teams that came back, you know what they did? They won the game.
Some of them won.
Yes.
Yeah, some of them won. But, yeah, I mean, certainly I think people were really excited about what DeAndre Swift did. And yes, everyone's looking for that. But see, Terry, that's where it ties into me with –
Are you going for the draft pick already?
Now, if you guys want to be technical, T-Foss, if the draft were today, the Lions would have the #1 overall pick via the St. Louis Rams and the #9 pick. Would you take that, Terry?
Sure. Because you know what you're going to get with the
St.
#1 and
Rams?
#9?
Yeah. What's that?
You get a new quarterback. So I'll absolutely take it.
Yeah. So
you can parlay that into a new quarterback. A backup if you want it.
I'm just saying that's what the stakes are right now. But, yes, the Lions were able to run the football 6.5 yards per carry. Yes, DeAndre Swift's 50-yard pop-off certainly helps that number. And it is one of those things, Terry, where the offensive line, even though injured, still impose their will.
That's what they're supposed to do. That's the strength of the team. Mm-hmm. So you expect that from them. But once again, was this team down 17?
Absolutely they were, man.
Did this team go 4 possessions with no first downs and an interception? That's what I'm saying. And then this is what the Lions do. The Lions lose one of 2 ways. One, they're right in a game and they screw up and make a horrific penalty or bad coaching decision at the end. Or they're down 21 or 17 points and they score late touchdowns. And then all of a sudden we're like, well, damn, they only lost by 3. Those are my guys. But I find it funny now that we think we're considering them heroes when Matthew Stafford did this exact same thing. He was Pat Stafford.
Right.
How is this different?
I don't disagree with you, Terry, because the moral of all this story is you're 0-1 in the NFL.
That is correct.
Like through all the hard knocks and through all the grit hats and through all the I see a change and this is different and all that stuff, they keep score.
Right.
And it's 0-1.
And the NFL is a pass-fail league. You either win or you lose. And other sports are more differential. You can have blowouts. But the NFL, I would say most games are decided by 6 plays. You got to be better in those 6 plays. Anywhere from 45 to 60% of games are decided by 1 score. It's a pass-fail league. It's simple as that. Did you win or did you lose?
No, absolutely, Terry. Because when you boil it all down, that's what it is. I did have, I guess, my one kind of side hero that I haven't heard a lot of people talk about. For me, it was Amon-Ra St. Brown. Again, 8 catches, another touchdown. But didn't he tie like T.J. Houshmandzadeh's record of having 8 catches and a touchdown in 7 straight games or whatever that number is? I forget what the number is, but he tied some kind of record where he continues to perform, Terry. And this is the line for me, man, where you either perform or you don't. And Amon-Ra St. Brown and DeAndre Swift perform, man.
Right. And St. Brown, I give all the credit to his dad.
I do too.
That guy is going to be great because his dad is psycho. And him and his brother caught touchdown passes within 3 minutes of each other. How about that?
Which, that is very cool. Benji the GOAT. Okay, Terry, respond to this. Terry just doesn't know what he's talking about. Talking about the Eagles playing soft coverage and run-only type offense.
I didn't say that. Did not say that. Tell that MF to shut up. I never said that.
Eagles were still trying with the big lead. Lions just stepped up later on.
Okay, then why do you have to step up when the game is out of hand? Why couldn't you do that when you're down 7? Why can't you do that when it's a tie game? Why do they always have to do this stuff when it's like, let's wait until the 4th quarter when the game is virtually out of hand? And I said nothing about the Eagles playing soft coverage. That never came out of my mouth.
The away fan says, I was shocked they put up 35 points. I got to give them credit where credit is due. And that is the difference. And Stick and I were talking before you got here. Stick's main takeaway was when you go apples to apples and look at this matchup with the Eagles, we all know what happened last year versus what happened this year. And for me, there was improvement on the offensive side of the ball. But defensively, it was the same old thing. And with that linebacking core, as we talked about, with that secondary that we talked about, that was going to be the case yesterday, next Sunday, 2 Sundays from now, 8 Sundays from now. It's always going to be the case.
That's why I'm an advocate of the Lions defense playing a 7-0-4.
Well, they're essentially doing that, aren't they?
Because you don't have any linebackers. A 7-0-4. Let's get it going.
Yeah. So, but that is essentially what they're doing. But, again, jump in to the YouTube chat thread, subscribe to Woodward Sports on YouTube. You can get in there. What's up?
Jeff Okudah.
Yeah, I keep
was decent.
Hearing that. Decent.
I'm not saying he was great, but he was decent. He didn't give up any passes or touchdown passes. He played aggressively. He plays the run very well.
Yeah, which, when a team runs for 216 yards... You're not going to be, granted, Hurts did still throw for 240. A.J. Brown, man, 10 catches, $155. Nobody's really talking about that.
Right. But Okudah wasn't on him. Now, let's talk about coaching. How about if Jeff Okudah is having a good game and A.J. Brown is killing you, why not shift him over there sometime?
Great question.
Because in this league, I know there's a lot of Richard Sherman. You know what Richard Sherman would have said? This guy is clowning my teammate. I'm on him. I'm shutting his ass down.
That's fair. Pistons fan 11. Doesn't matter Jeff Okudah played well. We lost. Doesn't matter that Swift played well. We lost. No moral victory, guys. Let's be consistent here. All right.
But that's what we talk about constantly with the Lions. Oh, man, they were so close. Man, I really love this team.
They only lost by 3.
But they lost.
But they only lost by 3.
Right. We were hearing that crap last year.
I'm surprised to hear that from Pistons fan 11. Are you noticing? I will say this. There is a bigger faction of people that are upset than I thought initially that there would be. Is the honeymoon over, Terry?
No, it's not. Because here's what we're going to hear all week, how they're going to kill the Commanders and they're going to win games and they could still be 3-1 after these first 4 games. I think people reach their breaking point, and it takes a while for some, but I don't think we're at a breaking point now. I think this town still loves their Lions. They still support them, and they still think greatness is coming. Just wait. I've been hearing this for 40 years now. See, a lot of, let me say, a lot of you guys out there are young, and I understand that. You're in your 30s and your 20s and stuff and everything. You think this is a recent thing. Here, I'm an old guy. I've been hearing this crap since the 70s, how they're going to turn it around. It's just around the corner. You just wait until next year. Can't wait for my Lions to start kicking ass. Well, this is 2022. 70s was that 50 years ago? I can't. 50-something years ago? My math is bad today.
Terry, is it bad that I'm indifferent about what happened yesterday?
No.
I'm indifferent about it.
You're a pro, and you're acting like a pro, and I'm going to applaud you.
Okay. Well, here's the deal, though. Like, with D-Max clock that we do and everything like this, when this all set up, Terry, it's a 2-year free pass for me.
Right.
It is. And, if anything, I'm pleased with the process. I talked about this with Stick. They have a general manager that's capable of drafting starters. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Malcolm Rodriguez. He was out there. He did some
threw
things.
Somebody down to the ground.
He showed some dog yesterday.
Didn't make the play, but he threw somebody down.
Showed some dog in there yesterday. Mm-hmm. Obviously, that linebacking core is in need of a talent injection. Everything remains the same to me, Terry, no matter what happens. Am I soft for that?
No, you're not soft for that. But this is the thing about the Lions. Even though I'm bitching about them today, I'm still encouraged about them. I believe that last year and this year are a wash. Not as much this year because you could win 7 games. You can go 7-10, and that's great improvement. But what you're building yourself up is you need more talent. You need this team to be more acclimated with Dan Campbell. And if you're not challenging for playoffs next year, then we got problems. I think next year is the one where you really can probably say, okay, this team is going to be competitive. This team can be amongst the – okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
You just got done saying they should play a 7-0-4 on defense.
Okay, that's what we call comedy. You're not going to play a 7-0-4.
No, but they are playing a 7-0-4 right now.
You know what I'm saying? But
how does that change? But whatever. That's a discussion for later. You almost hooked me right there. You almost hooked me right there, Terry. I'll give you credit. You almost did, but instead
now you got me all curious and everything.
Well, hey, let's have Sam Flannel, a guy who outkicked his coverage, tell you how you can benefit from outkicking yours.
All right, so the Woodward Sports Network is giving you a chance to sit front row for the Detroit versus Washington football game. That's right, we are looking for the ugliest guy and the hottest girl. So, fellas, if you know you've outkicked your coverage, here's your chance. I may have outkicked mine, but I'm at least a soft 7, although today, after this weekend, I think I'm about a 6. But if you... Post a pic of you and your superior-looking partner on Twitter or Instagram with the hashtag Woodward Front Row. Follow us and tag at Woodward Sports. Hurry, because we will be selecting a winner September 16th. So all the not-so-fortunate-looking fellas out here, now is your chance to really put that on display with your beautiful, beautiful lady. So enter Outkick Your Coverage today.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risks, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
New to the game or a season better? OddsTrader.com has everything you need to make the right bet ahead of kickoff. Begin your handicapping journey with OddsTrader. Improve your edge by finding the best price on every game from sportsbooks in your backyard. Take advantage of the numerous sign-up bonus offers to pad your bankroll. Dive into key game statistics, player performance, and even account for the projected game day weather. Best of all, you can use the OddsTrader bet tracker to keep a log of your action. Welcome to OddsTrader, and best of luck.
The only sports network in Detroit that starts with a W. You know, because we win. Woodward Sports, Detroit's winning sports network.
Are you interested in expanding your career and making a difference in your community? Academy of Warren is hiring for professionals that have a passion for working with students in the K-8 department and more. For more information on how to apply, call us at 586-552-8010, hashtag WeAreAOW.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We're live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. Cars are being pulled in on the car carriers right now.
You know what? You know what you never see at a car lot?
Cars,
right?
they got a car carrier out there with them right now.
They got them. They're loading them up here.
Yeah, absolutely. So stop on by Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. Big D Energy back at it. Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster here.
Okay,
happy to have you with
how
you.
did I almost hook you?
Good try again, Terry.
Wow. What am I doing? I'm just here sitting chatting with you.
Good try again.
I'm not doing anything bad yet.
We'll get into that, Terry. We'll get into that as things go. YouTube chat thread. Remember, you can tap in. Tons of you watching here today. Thousands of people watching the network. I know that you guys are fired up. Tactile Puma 58 says, Neal, you're indifferent yet critical. Well, I have eyes like I did watch the game.
Right. He does have a job.
I'm talking about grand scheme. Nothing changes in the grand scheme of things. The draft capital, who, thanks to the LA Rams, you are the owners of the #1 overall pick in the draft right now, if it were to happen today, and the #9 pick. That plan is still in effect. That thing is still rolling. So, yeah, I can be critical because, and here's how it works, Tactile Puma. I was telling the story earlier. I was in Florida this weekend for work. And I was
somewhere nice.
I was at a sports bar, and they have all the games on, and I found the one Jacksonville Jaguar fan in America.
Oh, wow.
And he was, Trayvon Walker makes that interception, right? Was an absolute beast. And he felt the same way, and I went over and talked to him because, a lot of similarities between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Lions.
Don't talk to a Jacksonville Jaguar fan. That's your first mistake.
Well, it was a novelty.
They haven't even had a team for long. They don't know what's happening.
But it was a novelty to see it. But anyway, Terry, the point of the story is this, is he was so hype about Walker. And #1 overall pick, the guy shows up, he gets a sack, he gets an interception. Now, granted, they lost too. So, again, a lot of similarities. But he was fired up about it. And so when I say, critical, I'm just saying I wanted more from some people. That's it.
Okay.
And I'm not saying their career's a bust and cut them, waive them, trade them, or stuff like that.
Just wanted more for that one day.
I wanted more for opening day. I wanted more for the first game of the season. So, yeah, I'm going to be a little critical about it. Yeah, the defense gives up 38 points. Yeah, I'm going to be critical about it. Yeah, we still have to answer these same questions about Dan Campbell and the coaching and the clock management and the onside kick and all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm going to be critical about it. But, again, guys, I separate the two with this. Financially, draft capital, roster.
There we go with the money again.
Well, what are you selling then, T-Foss? What do you believe in?
I am going through the 17-game schedule. I'm not talking money yet. We can talk about that.
Did I almost hook you?
In November.
Did I almost hook you?
No.
Yes, I almost did, Terry. You know that I almost hooked you on that. Yeah, but just kind of wrapping this thing up. One Pride Randy's, and I'm seeing this a lot, says we need to beat Washington. Terry, week #2. If they lose that Washington game,
are you going lose all 17?
No. Well, if you're 0-2, man, and you got to go to Minnesota and you're staring 0-3 in the face, Terry, I may convert early. I may even get Stick to convert this year. Roll the tanks in the street, Stick. But no, Terry.
You got to win some road games, so why not Minnesota?
But, Terry, what about what would be the DEFCON rating if they did lose to Washington? I know we got all week to talk about this, But through this game against the Eagles, that's my biggest takeaway.
You talking about the fans?
Yeah.
No, they'll say, "Oh, well, you know."
Terry, I'm getting a lot of them here, Terry. They're saying it. They're saying that Washington becomes a must-win game.
Okay.
What's the DEFCON rating?
I don't know, because this fan base is weird. Yeah, they do get pissed off, but then you have so many defenders. Every time the Lions lose, there's an excuse. We dropped the ball here. The offense, it was the ref screwed, or in this case, they're looking for a silver lining that I am refusing to be a part of. The Lions were getting their asses kicked, and then they did the same thing we saw with Pat Stafford. And every time that happened, people would bitch, "Oh, there he is, just padding his stats and everything." What was the difference yesterday? Because they ran the ball effectively? They were still getting mollywopped and came back, and they do what the Lions do, make it a 3-point game. So then you're going to look back and say, Lions only lost by 3 points. They played well. Not when it counted.
And that is the way that it works. YouTube chat thread, Corey Perez. So if Hutchinson has multiple sacks next week and we win, does that make him better than Walker? No, it means he made some plays. Like, why is it like this all the time? Sam, help me, Sam Flanagan. Why is it like this? Am I wrong? Am I wrong that I expected a play or two?
No,
Am
you're
I
not.
wrong?
You're not wrong. I expected a player too. That's why I said that I was slightly disappointed in how Hutchinson played.
And I think that's fair. I was slightly disappointed. Now, is that all right, guys? Can I be slightly disappointed?
You can be disappointed. Forget the slightly part.
I am.
You can be disappointed because he had all this hype. This was our guy. And even I said he's going to be the team captain at some point. He had no sacks and could not contain Jalen Hurts.
And it wasn't even that, Sam Flannel. It was the nature of what happened. As I said in the first segment of the show, Terry, we have been seeing it for a long time. It's even manifesting more, the evolution of the quarterback position, the athletic quarterback position now. It's a problem. You have to be athletic.
Are you going to bring one here?
I've been saying that forever, yeah.
Okay.
I've been saying that forever. But that's my concern. That's what I'm being critical of. I saw a lack of athleticism in relation to what was going on around. And, guys, this is the NFL, man. This is real as it gets.
Hutchinson look like? I'm going to bring up a name from the past. You look just like Luther Ellis.
Well, we used to pump up the crowd and all that stuff and then get taken out of the play.
Ellis used to kick he used to kick the offensive tackle's ass and just push him back. The problem is, as he was moving this way, the ball carrier was moving the other way, right around him. He always took himself out the play, and that's something that Aiden Hutchinson has to learn. Yeah, you can move your man back, but don't move yourself out of the play.
Okay.
And so now he's got to learn how to contain his gap and make sure that people don't come through his gap, and because that's what Hurts did.
Right. Pistons fan 11 says Washington is a must-win. A slight disappointment is totally fair. You want Hutch to make those plays. And that's where I am with it. I'm not saying shut it down. I'm not saying trade the guy Sam Flannel. I'm not saying waive him and eat the dead money.
No, you can be upset about a game, but it doesn't mean you want to get rid of somebody.
No, it doesn't mean his career's over, Sam Flannel.
No, I think he's still going to be great. I think he's still going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year. But when your first week assignment is Jalen Hurts and you can't contain him, even if you get to him, he just runs right by you, that's disappointing. I think he will do better against a guy like Carson Wentz, who isn't quite as mobile. At this point of his career, he's kind of a statue. I think next week is a perfect kind of game for Aiden Hutchinson to break out. But he needs to break out because he did not play well in week 1. I don't care what anybody says that he got some pressures. Jalen Hurts eluded all those pressures and ran for 10 yards every time. And that's what happened.
And this is coming from the Aiden Hutchinson will have 12 sacks and be defensive rookie of the year. Can we get an update on that take, Sam Flannel? Are you still holding firm?
I am still holding firm.
I think he's behind right now.
The 12 sacks thing is dicey, but I still think he can win Defensive Rookie of the Year.
But
although Trayvon Walker
let me be
Mr.
Good. Positive here. 12 sacks means there's going to be games where you have no sacks.
Hey, he's still on base.
Right?
If
because
he
there's
gets
several
games,
how about that?
Hey.
Hey. Everybody says, oh, that guy's mean all the time. No, I'm not.
Westy, YouTube chat poll. Is Washington a must-win game?
Yes.
See, Terry, I'm telling you, it's running hot. It's running hot around here, man. Hotter than you think.
They got to win it.
Hotter than you think, man.
You can't go 0-2 at home and then go to Minnesota and expect to win, because Minnesota has haunted the Lions since I was a child.
Absolutely.
I am still traumatized when I liked the Lions that Minnesota beat them 17. It was either 13 or 17 times in a row.
Can I ask you guys both a question?
No.
Pistons fan 11. I'll keep having him the floor right now. People saying Hutch had a bad game is over the top.
I mean, bad is, I say disappointing, because he didn't make a real impact on that game. I mean, he did flush Jalen Hurts out of the pocket every time, but Jalen Hurts can run. It seemed like he was always getting them for 10 or 15 yards because there was nobody who was spying on him. And as a defense, you have to communicate with each other. You have to have a game plan in which, if you can flush Jalen Hurts out of the pocket, that somebody's there to get him, and nobody was. So it was a very unimpactful game. That is how I would describe it. Not necessarily bad.
If you flush somebody out the pocket and they gain 15 yards,
I
mean, really better off in the pocket.
Is that a positive thing?
No.
Just asking a question.
Right.
I may not know anything about football. I'm just curious.
And look, this is going to be an impromptu topic when we come back. Is Washington a must game? Early returns, 82% say yes. And yeah, we can get into that. I think we can get into that.
Okay, let's roll.
And you should get into Planet Fitness. It's the official studio sponsor of Woodward Sports and home of the Judgment Free Zone, where you can work out for just $10 per month. Yes, you heard that right. Black card option on the table as well. Get you unlimited guest privileges, uses of all the amenities. Look, basically you own the place, and you can go to any Planet Fitness in the world. You're the de facto owner of Planet Fitness with the Black Card membership. Join today in club. You're going to pass a couple on the way home. I'm sure there's one around the corner from here out at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. If you're feeling really motivated, go to planetfitness.com. Join up right there and go work out on the way home. It's Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
When you need apparel, there's only one place to go. Big Frog in Novi. With no setup fees, no artwork fees, no minimum, and a 24-hour turnaround, you can have your whole team outfitted in no time. Embroidery, direct-to-garment, vinyl, and screen printing, Big Frog has it all in all the styles you want. So whether it's a sports team, fundraiser, school event, or corporate needs, Big Frog is your one-stop destination. Visit bigfrog.com/Novi or call 844-4-BIG-FROG.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
At Alta, uptime matters. Alta Equipment has everything you need to get the job done. Have a big project coming up? Alta Rent has you covered. Call them today at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That is 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
Back at it here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, live from Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. Happy to be in the house. Inventory's not a problem. The car carriers are out there, brand new Chevrolets on the truck as we speak. I'm looking at it out there in the parking lot. So make sure you pull up on Feldman Chevrolet, FeldmanChevy@Novi.com. That is the web address. But we are talking Detroit Lions, and Cheryl Williams on our YouTube chat thread says, the game plan on Hurts, a spy, no excuses for drop passes, onside kick, never should have happened, and we win. I think people are being a little too passive on this Hurts spy thing. Like, you have to have the athlete to be able to spy on Hurts.
You have to have a 250-pound Michael Vick, because some teams don't believe in spies.
Right.
They don't work very often, because if you're a spy and you get caught in traffic, he's going to go anyway. And if you don't have enough speed to stay up with the quarterback, it doesn't matter. What you're doing with the spy is you're taking him away from other things.
Right, absolutely. YouTube chat poll, is Washington a must-win game? 200 votes, 83% of them say yes. So, Terry, I know that we're going to talk about the game as the week goes on and things like that, but just early reaction, hell yes, it's a must-win game. If you're talking about, because look, Terry, if you don't want me standing up here, let's roll the tanks through the streets. This is a must-win game, man, because if you're 0-2 and you're going to Minnesota, based on what you said about going to Minnesota, it's a wrap. For real, Terry. Right. It's a wrap.
It's even a wrap for my expectations of them winning 7 games. It's definitely a wrap for the clowns out there who think they're going to win 12 or 13 games.
The Ryan Ermannis of the world, you're saying?
Yeah, that poor guy. I love the guy, and he's just a little confused.
Right.
But that's okay. You know, he's just a happy guy. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, again, if you're 0-2 and you're going to Minnesota, Terry, it's all like, does the goodwill? I think your goodwill bank runs a little dry, too.
It is, but this fan base has been, I'm going to use the word brainwashed. They've been brainwashed so much by Dan Campbell, by us, by Hard Knocks, that I don't think the goodwill is going to be totally dried up if they lose next week. But they're in trouble. They're in definite danger even to win 7 games.
And this is what I talked about, guys, when you go through the season and you line these things up, that's where these first 4 games, even the first game in and of itself, because, right, there's 17 of them, right? We know the old cliche, there's only 17 of them. Every one of them are big.
And you only look at 4, you do the 4-game slot thing, the quarter thing. Except now you got extra games, so.
Right. But, yeah, I mean, essentially you do it in the quarters. And as I said, when you look at that second quarter of games, and you're the Lions, and you're at New England, you're at Dallas, who, I mean, obviously things change real quickly for Dallas last night. You're home against Miami and home against Green Bay, and Green Bay's up against it just like that.
Right. Can we put, even if Dak Prescott wasn't injured, can we put Dallas in that overrated category? You can still beat them.
How did Zeke Elliott do last night for everybody?
52 yards, something like that.
Oh, yeah? Really? Huh. Really?
He made some plays.
I didn't draft him this year, so I
52 yards for old Zeke Elliott every year with this guy. Every year with the Dallas Cowboys. But anyway, we've crossed that bridge before. We know what that is. But it's just, Terry, this game, it all happens so quickly in the NFL season. You wake up one day and your season's over.
Right. Happened with the Detroit Tigers. Right. I mean, the flowers hadn't bloomed yet, and the Tigers season was done.
Yeah.
Everybody recognized that except Chris Ilitch. He's like, we can still win.
That guy 62 says, I just knew Neal was going to go DEFCON 5 after yesterday. Are you getting any DEFCON 5 vibes from me, dude? Like
They lost the game, so you have a right to be critical. And even by saying that next week is a must-win, it is a must-win if you want to do anything with this season, even with 7 or 8 games.
Yeah. I'm fine with what's going on because again, this year was a write-off for me anyway, Terry.
Right.
My payoff's coming in 2024 with $90 million of cap space, baby.
Oh, there you go, that money again.
Yeah, yeah. With another draft, with Brad Holmes being allowed to operate another draft, like that's my long-term view of it. The now is inconsequential. The only question I'm going to get answered is, can Dan Campbell coach? That's all. That's my mission for this year. Can Dan Campbell coach?
So far, I can't say yes yet.
No.
And that's fair. Like
I'm still evaluating.
This isn't DEFCON 5. This isn't overreaction. That's fair.
Is he a master motivator or is he a coach? We're about to find out.
Am I crazy here? I mean, guys, like I think it's fair. I think it's fair to say that. I think it's fair to ask those questions, and that's what I'm looking for this year, Terry. That's it.
Bam. And I'm tired of this fan base settling for mediocrity, defending them so much after losses. Defend them after wins.
Yeah. Epic says keep the same energy. I do. I feel like I do have the same energy.
He's got the big D energy.
Everybody here at Feldman Chevrolet does as well. Dale says another year the Cowboys crap in the bed. LOL. And that's what it is too. And look, as soon as I mentioned the schedule, everybody went to their default. They're like, oh, New England's looking like trash. There's no Dak for Dallas. They're going to win some games.
They are.
And they're going to win games at home. They're an NFL team, like a normal NFL team, not like the one we've seen for so long. They are going to win games at some point. And where's the biggest likelihood they're going to win those games, Terry?
They'll win next week.
Well,
the Commanders.
Or they'll win home games. I'm talking about like the New Englands and the Dallases and all these question mark teams that we have. Although, inject that video of Aaron Rodgers just pouting on the sidelines. If the Lions can't win, if they can't, I'll take that as a substitute. I will. T-Foss. How great was that to see him just coming
Mr.
unhinged?
Sourpuss?
That was just
fun.
coming unglued.
And he had a new hairdo too.
Of course he did.
He just got his hair done.
Of course he did.
He was, doing all this primping and everything, looking good.
I'll give him credit though. It looked like he washed it, like with shampoo. So I'll give him credit for that.
He did.
So that's cool.
And he's a big man bun guy now.
Right, he is. And just give me more of that, Terry. If we're going to unfold and unravel, I want the Green Bay Packers to unravel
sound
too.
like Spartan
fans.
Hey, we didn't win, but neither did Michigan.
Hey, I don't care. I don't care, man. Like my disdain for Aaron Rodgers and his whole act and his whole we're going out with Sam Flannel to the West Coast and doing peyote trips for a week or whatever it is he's doing, where he's out there hallucinating in a sweat box and his long hair and his bowel cleansings and all that.
Well, now we know why Brett Favre wouldn't help him. Because he's an ass.
Yeah, but again, updating that YouTube chat poll, is Washington a must-win game? We got hundreds of votes. Yes is 85%. Will people tap out, Terry?
No, absolutely not.
I think you're selling the people short.
They will not tap out.
Westy.
Not after
YouTube
2
chat
games.
poll. If they lose to Washington, will you, quote, tap out? Because I'm curious. I think Terry's being real dismissive.
Whoa. They didn't tap out after 0-16. They didn't tap out after 2-14.
Yeah.
Why are they going to tap out after? They didn't tap out after 3-13-1. In fact, they got more invigorated. Yeah, this team's really going to be good. So why would they tap out at 0-2?
I'm wondering. That's all. I'm wondering.
telling you no.
Maybe I'm giving them too much credit.
Maybe you are.
Maybe I am. But it just seems like there's more cracks in the foundation early here. But for me, again, guys, I'm cool. I'm mellow. I'm gonna have my cap space in 2 years. I'm gonna have another 2 first-round picks this year. I'm cool. I'm chilling.
You're gonna get what you want,
no matter what.
That's true.
And that doesn't come down to whether or not Dan Campbell can coach.
You're gonna get your quarterback next year,
if that's what they want to do, and I'm cool with that too. However they want to do it. I got my cap space, Terry. I'm fine.
Okay. But I still want to evaluate this quarterback class, because I think I'm getting scared of Stroud. And then I was told to watch the Kentucky and Florida game that one of those 2 guys are going to be your quarterback. I'm like, oh God, I'd rather have Jared Goff. Afraid of that.
And I do think that that's important too, because I know when the pick 6 thing happened yesterday, there was a social media meltdown on Jared Goff, but we do have to remember that also, that the quarterbacks that are available wasn't a very strong showing. And I was the one, Terry. I told you to tap into Kentucky, Florida.
You did.
I did tell you that, and you did. So
and
props
I was horrified.
to you. And yes, you were certainly terrified.
Scared. How about that?
Ryan Nermy says, I think the Vikings are really good. I feel that they were overlooked. I think that they will win the division. And
well, one young man predicted them to win the division before the season began. This guy.
You did say that. That's right, Terry. I forgot about that.
Don't say they're overlooked.
Real quick update to the YouTube chat poll. If the Lions lose to Washington, will you tap out on the season? 82% of the people say no. So you know what, Terry Foster, take a bow.
Well, I'm not going to take a bow because That doesn't mean anything. You actually have to experience it. But I just don't think they will. There's just, and maybe I am tainted because I went downtown yesterday and was with the people, and after the game, there was still a lot of, this is my team. I love my Lions, and they played a great game. So I think you have to do a lot to shake this fan base. I think you have to do a lot to shake any NFL fan base that's not in New York or Philadelphia.
Rich Diana YouTube chat thread, but I tapped out of the Tigers in May. Does what happened to the Tigers, does that make us timid?
It makes you look over your shoulder like the boogeyman might be there. But, we had higher hopes for the Pistons, higher hopes for the Wings, high hopes for the Tigers. And you couldn't find anyone in this town that was going to bet the under on the 6.5 for the Lions this year. So, yes, we're an optimistic group, but at some point, these teams are going to be better than average. We just have to figure out when is that going to be.
Absolutely.
Some people thought it was going to be this year. I'm like, guys, really? And we had clowns telling us to get on the 10-7 limo last season, which that jalopy broke down. Oh, yeah, that's right, Stick and Art.
Oh, man.
Oh, and he had them winning 6 in a row.
Stick's trying to pull back.
Mm-hmm.
What? Okay. What else we got going on with the Lions, Sam Flannel?
Oh, so Lions game day is here every single Sunday. Woodward Sports is going to be there for the biggest game day party in Detroit at the Brass Rail. We go live with our pregame show with Ermanni Edwards with Maz from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Then enjoy a tailgate-style brunch while you watch the game. Stay after for our post-game reaction show with Stick and Anson. Look out for the heavyweights Woodward Street team all over the city crashing tailgates.
This be Charlie.
DJs, drink specials, giveaways, and the biggest Lions party in the D. Come see us at Lions Game Day at the Brass Rail.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer, Academy Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new Field House. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, Learning Street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Holton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
For a limited time only, all new burgers and loaded fries at Big Boy. It's not a Slim Jim, it's the Big Jim. The chili cheese is such a tease. Guess what else is new? The bacon blue. How about upgrading those fries? Chili cheese fries, baked potato fries, nacho fries. What will it be? Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991. Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Come to Lady Jane's for award-winning haircut experience, and it's your last month to register to win for the car of your dreams from Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days, walk in anytime, no appointment necessary. It's wicked awesome.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal, Ruhl, Terry Foster with you. We're live at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. And we've been talking a lot about the Detroit Lions. We've been talking a lot about cars. So we figured, why not chat with a guy that knows a little bit about both? As we welcome in George, he's a general manager here at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. And George, look, it's the big topic. Everybody's talking about it. Your initial reactions. And George, look. The Lions, were they better? Yes, they were better. However, the result was the same. But where's your take on this Lions team?
Well, I'm a big energy guy, and I think the energy.
You're on the right show, by the way.
Yes,
yeah.
I believe I am. But I think the energy just down there is going to get contagious, and I really think that with the coaching staff we have and some of the newer players, I feel like, as being a lifelong Lions fan, that we finally got something cooking down there. And, just like being here, energy helps out a lot, and we got a lot of energy in this showroom, and we get a lot of stuff done, and I really think that's what's going to happen down there.
Now, George, did I see you riding in the back seat of the Lions limousine?
No, that wasn't me.
That wasn't you?
That wasn't
Okay.
me. That could have been Ryan, my sales manager.
Oh, okay.
but that
All right.
wasn't
Was it
me.
a stretch Chevy Equinox, or
Oh, yeah,
what
stretch.
was it? It was stretched out. No, but George, so next week, put it in stone. Bounce back.
Bounce back.
You calling for it?
I'm calling
They
for
need
it.
it.
I think they figured some stuff out in the second half there. And listen, I'm excited. I'm as excited about them as I've been in a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. We're excited to be here, too, at Feldman Chevrolet. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff with you guys here, coming out here to this location regularly. Some football stuff that we got going on as well. But, I talk about it here on the broadcast all the time, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. And even in the YouTube chat thread, when people saw that we were on from here, they're like, oh, do they have cars to sell there? And just as that happened, the car carrier pulled up. You guys have cars.
Yeah. As of this morning, we had 199 cars on the ground, plus what we've got in today. So we have cars. Our advantage we have over most people is that we're such a large volume dealer. We get more cars than everybody. And right now we have more cars than we've had in probably 6 months. And we're making great deals on them, giving top dollar for trade-ins. So if you're looking for a car that you could take home today on the ground, this is the place.
Terry, look, like you struggled with that. I struggled with that as well when a lease came open. Chips. There's no chips. Hey, have you noticed that, though? Is that kind of subsiding a little bit?
Yes, it is. GM's doing a great job getting us product as fast as they can, and that's subsided for sure. We appreciate everyone's patience on all that stuff, but it's getting better every single week. Last week, we probably got 300 cars in, and we probably sold 200 of them already. So it's there's some pent-up demand out there, and if you're looking for a car, like I say, on the ground, we have it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I thought that each car had like 10 or 15 chips. Someone told me they have like 1,500 chips in them.
Well, a
Is that
Silverado
true?
pickup truck has over 1,500 chips in it.
Wow.
So that just tells you. I was surprised to learn that too when someone made me aware of that. But yeah, it's definitely, there's a lot of chips, no question.
Talking with George here, the general manager of Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. We'll be here a lot throughout football season. They're big football guys in here, as you certainly will find out as the season goes on. But George, I mean, what about that too, where with what you guys are doing, the volume of cars that you have, again, you said it, but I want people to understand it and grasp it, because I had a hard time grasping this. You can come here and buy a car and, get the car today and, drive it home today.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, this morning before we started the day, we had 199 cars on the ground that you could drive home today. Plus, obviously, we always have a couple hundred used cars and a whole lot full of Kias next door, too. So if you want to drive a car home today, this is the place, and I promise you, no one will have more selection than we will.
All right, lastly, George, before we let you go here, specials that you guys are doing, like employee pricing type deals, there's a spot for that as well, right?
Absolutely. We are honoring any discount that you have. We are honoring it. And, we want to make sure that we appreciate all the suppliers out there, and especially we appreciate all the GM employees. Whatever discount you qualify for, we will make sure that we give you that. And we always pay too much for your trade-ins, too. I guarantee you that.
All right.
Now, critical question, George. Were you at Michigan Stadium booing K. McNamara?
No, but I think Ryan wanted to. He was telling me all about it. Michigan looked good. Michigan looked real good. I know they weren't playing a bunch there, but you know what? I like JJ looked great.
All right. Well, George, certainly we appreciate your
All
time,
right.
appreciate your support, too. Happy to be out here supporting you, and we'll be seeing a lot of each other as football season rolls on.
Yeah, you know what? I love our partnership, and thank you very much, guys.
Absolutely. George, the general manager here at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, as Terry Foster's cell phone goes off. I remember my first day in broadcasting, too, when I didn't silence my phone. You remember those days, Stick? I know.
No, I turned mine off. No, I'm not answering it because it's spam. I don't get calls from people anymore. It's always spam.
Some reaction to the interview here. Mike G says, rule breaker, does George have a Honolulu Blue Lions Camaro with kneecaps painted on the wheels? Yeah, okay. They said they'll make one for you. I got confirmation. All right, come on, Mike G, come on down.
George is a player. He's got that Lions limo. He was denying it, but I know what man's
Rodrigo.
lying.
Yeah, there you go. Mike G, come on down. Talk to our guys down here. They'll get you squared away. That one might take a little bit for delivery, a little bit special order like that, but we'll get it worked out
A couple
for
years.
you. Yeah, we'll get that one worked out for you. Terry, around the NFL.
Yes.
Anything kind of jump out to you? Anything kind of pop out to you?
New England looked dead. I like the offensive coordinator that they have.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of sucks.
Where'd they get that guy from?
I have no idea. But they need to send
That
him
guy's
back.
a bum.
He is a bum. But, and Patrick Mahomes was lights out. I think my favorite part was Justin Fields sliding through the rain, and that was pretty cool.
And that, what Justin Fields did yesterday only reinforces my belief, Terry, about the quarterback position. I was talking about this with Stick. He wasn't good. And for the record, I'm not a Justin Fields guy. But when everything broke down, made a play.
Yep.
Made a play and won the game.
I call it peeling off.
Yeah.
Peel off, get outside the offense, and just do your thing. Freelance.
Right. And oh, by the way, to the Woodward heavyweights who will be broadcasting live from the Coliseum today, 5 to 7, they tried to get at me at Twitter, Sam Flannel, and they showed that clip of Tua skipping that pass, skipping that pass up, and he's like, "Is this your guy?"
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, that's my guy. 23 of 33, 270 yards, touchdown and a win.
He played all right. I am not a Tua guy, as you know, but I will give him credit for yesterday's game. But that defense did allow only 7 points. That helps. That's all part of the package. The Dolphins won that game. It wasn't just Tua.
Well, and it was part of the package, too, on that touchdown throw to Waddle. That was perfect in every way.
I said he played well. I'm not going to deny that he played well. He was solid.
That's all I was looking for. So
you know what? If the Lions make the playoffs, I want you to do the waddle, the little penguin thing that he did.
100%, I'll do that.
That was pretty sweet.
Question for you from our guy Spencer Raxter, who's back in the Woodward studios. Terry.
Yes?
Are you coming to the Coliseum tonight?
Let me see. I got to talk to Honey Bun because she didn't see me all weekend, so she's a little upset.
Yeah.
Maybe next Monday.
Yeah. I'll say this, I did kind of watch all the games. Lamar Jackson looked very good. I thought, granted, it was the Jets. And I've noticed in week 1, there's a lot of qualifiers. If somebody comes out with a take, there's always a qualifier to it in week 1. Lamar looked good. Oh, it was the Jets. Tua looked good. All the Patriots stink. Their offensive coordinator stinks. Jacksonville, I thought they looked improved as well.
You know what they're saying in Philly? The Eagles won, but it was the Lions.
And they are.
Right.
They're even the teams that win are qualifying that. How about 2 ties? Where do you stand on the tie, Terry?
I missed that. I thought there was just one. I hate ties because they screw up the whole thing, because you're 0-1 and I don't like them.
But you had the potential for 2 ties.
Play 2 overtimes.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah,
Get rid of the ties.
Is that what you want? You don't want a tie anymore?
No, never, ever have a tie they don't even have them in the NHL barely.
Bradley Case surprised the Giants got the win. Also thought the Falcons looked better than I thought they would. And oh, by the way, when we were talking about fantasy football, I was talking about my guy Saquon Barkley.
Oh, he balled out.
Show us.
Oh,
he's got to.
Hey, when he was a rookie, he looked like he was an up-and-coming, possibly best running back in the league, and he's just been hampered by injuries. But he is a hell of a talent. One of the best running back talents I've ever seen. I'm happy for him.
Mike wants to know, do you think Honeybun could sack Jalen Hurts?
No, he blow right by her. She wouldn't even touch him.
Yeah, so it is. It's just one of those things. What about you, Sam Flannel? Anything you notice around the NFL at all?
Well, Patrick Mahomes, of course, he is the best quarterback in the NFL, and he always has been since 2018. And I liked how he was able to still play well. So he was amazing. And he didn't have Tyreek Hill, and he kind of helped silence the critics that say maybe he would take a step back without Tyreek Hill. I know it's just week 1, but he was very, very impressive. I was watching that game with the biggest smile on my face, getting a little bit of week 1 vindication for picking him 4th overall.
Yeah, I think Sam Flannel's going to shove this up our asses at some point. We made fun of him for weeks and weeks, and he's going to say, hey, guess what I got, guys? Victories.
Real quick before we go to the break. Brandon Katz, the Vikings were the most impressive week 1 team. I don't know about that. They dominated both sides of the ball. I do know about that. And this, though, is the take. Justin Jefferson's the best receiver in football.
Yeah, I would say so right now.
He is a monster.
I mean, he's a future gold jacket guy right now. Fit him just like Penei Sewell.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, he was absolutely dominant. Do have to talk some college football when we come back, Terry. We do have to get that in. I got the people right. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Sports Marketing Agency, they help spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their podcast is called This is the F Word. Spreads awareness of fentanyl and the other addictions that, let's be real, everybody, they're plaguing our community right now. Go to thesportsma.com if you're struggling. If you know somebody else who's struggling, thesportsma.com, the Sports Marketing Agency, they are here to help.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Detroit's downtown summer playground is back. Open all summer long, the Monroe Street Midway. Enjoy roller skating, free Wi-Fi, food trucks, art installations, and so much more. Don't forget to take advantage of the basketball court, putt-putt, and, of course, family programming all summer long. All art installations are done by Detroit artists, and it's a fun, safe event from people 1 to 100. Go to deckedoutdetroit.com.
Miraculous catch. Follow us everywhere. Just search Woodward Sports on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, IG, and more.
The Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck, the place to be where you can play two different ways. Unlimited open play for $10 or $12 now, or you can rent a lane for a few of your buddies and yourself. If you don't feel like Foaling, you can visit the $2 mystery beer machine. And if you want to bring in any kind of food you want, no hassle, no fuss needed, you can do that as well. So if you want to hear any more information, go to thefoalingwarehouse.com. Again, that is thefoalingwarehouse.com.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We're live from Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. Hundreds of cars here on the lot that you can, come and buy and do this weird thing where they give you the keys and you drive it home. You're not sitting around waiting for chips and all those kinds of things. They have the inventory. They'll honor the employee pricing, all of that. Neal, Ruhl, Terry Foster with you. Just wrapping football, man, as we're going to do every Monday all the way into January. That's what it's going to be, Terry.
That's right. Football is king.
Football is
ready
king.
To roll.
And we are chopping it up. Real quick, before we get to the college stuff, I love this bit. That we get every year after week 1, it seems. Mark Walston, YouTube chat thread. Green Bay is done.
I've heard that bad before. But they looked pretty bad a couple other times in week 1 and ended up winning the division with 13 games. So let's pump the brakes on that real quick.
That's one of my favorite bits, though. The old Green Bay is done. Now, granted, I know it looked worse. This is as bad as it's ever looked.
I would
Green
agree
Bay.
with that. And they have no Devontae Adams, so there's a reason why they could potentially go down that is tangible.
He's hitting first-round receivers in the chest. They're dropping the ball.
Oh, boy.
He's over there pouting on the sidelines. I do love it, though. Please, though, guys, please let this happen. Please let them implode.
Their #1 receiver is Sammy Watkins, and that is a problem. That's a qualifier for a bad season.
But, fellas, they still have Aaron Rodgers.
I know.
And
if he gets them,
figure it out.
If he gets them to if he gets this team to the playoffs, I'll even cut him a break when they lose.
Okay.
When he loses a home playoff game, I'll cut him a break this time. Not the last 5 years, though, when he's had all these playoff games at home.
Well, they get to play the Lions twice.
Right.
So
I know. I understand that.
They can turn this thing around.
Right. And they still got the Bears twice and all that. Mm-hmm. It is going to shake
Aaron
itself
Rodgers,
out.
I own the Bears.
Yeah, he even says it, too. Co-opzilla, I think this is fair. He says Green Bay's not done, but they are in trouble. I would agree with that.
Yeah, 100%.
And again, I will cut him a break when he loses a home playoff game.
They were in
this year.
trouble last year.
They were.
But, Sharks, you got to get them out the water, cut off their head, and do stuff. They're the Sharks of this division.
Right. So,
and they make fun of everybody else in the division.
That's fine. That's fine. But anyway, college football, I think certainly the overriding storyline here in the state of Michigan. J.J. McCarthy wins the starting job for Michigan. Which way do we go with this, Terry? Do we talk about what this means for Michigan? But I think the more sexy thing to discuss, how does this affect Cade McNamara?
Hey, fire up Chips.
Central will take him right now?
Yeah, we'll take him right now. He can come up to Central right now. They'll start him the next game. He doesn't even have to go to practice. But I think the main thing, I am in the minority on this. I think what Jim Harbaugh did was actually kind of brilliant, because we had this huge division in the state about who should be the starting quarterback. So basically what he said, tell you what, we're going to have open tryouts, and he probably already knew who's going to win. And he says, you can see Cade, you can see JJ. And at the end of this, you're going to see what we see, that JJ's the better guy, and there won't be all this fighting and bickering.
And look, Terry, this was the setup from minute one. I talked about this as soon as I heard that announcement. Sam Flannel could mark me on that. I see what's going on here. And he got what he was setting up. Yep. He did. And this is what you wanted, Sam Flannel. So I have to go to you, the resident Michigan Slappy, on this show. But I do have to. So you got what you wanted now.
Yes.
Right? So here we go.
Let's ride.
Go win the national title now? Is that it or what?
I mean, that's the ceiling. I mean, that is the absolute ceiling of the team. I don't know if that's my expectation per se, but J.J. McCarthy to me is potentially the best quarterback they have had in many, many years. I mean, they haven't had a ton of superstar level quarterbacks, and I think that's J.J. McCarthy's ceiling. I think he's got all the talent in the world, and this offense with those weapons, with that running game, he is a guy that's going to be able to sling it around to all those talented wide receivers, to Eric All, to Donovan Edwards. That offensive line is going to be able to protect him. And J.J. McCarthy also has that element of being able to run the ball on an RPO, keep it, and run around the edge, which I haven't seen from a Michigan quarterback since Denard Robinson, but Denard Robinson couldn't throw like J.J. McCarthy.
And he does a great job of handing it off 40 times a game.
He didn't hand it off 40. I mean, Cade McNamara is the expert at handing it off, if I want to be honest.
Hawaii. You can clown against Hawaii.
Yeah, you can clown, but you can't cover the spread.
Stop it. I got a big question for Sam Flannel.
Okay.
Michigan, Iowa, was that still a big game? A big victory if they go in there and win?
It's not a big victory, but they have to have it, but it's not a big victory.
Okay. So now you're relenting. Now you've changed your tune.
I never said it was a big victory.
Yes, you did. Yes, he did.
You did.
Yes, you did.
It was a big victory.
It's a road
last year.
conference win.
Right.
If you get it, that's big. It's big to win on the road in the Big Ten. Against a division that's 9-7.
Now, in order to win that game, Michigan's going to have to score like 4 or 5 points to win that game, right?
That's hilarious.
Can JJ lead them to 6 points in a victory in Iowa?
I don't know. That's tough with that Iowa defense. No, I'm kidding, of course. It's going to be like 24-3. That's my prediction.
What about this? And I want both your takes on this. Rack, who's a noted Michigan slap. I respect Cade for what he did last year, and he definitely did not deserve the boos. But if I'm him, I'm entering the transfer portal today. My question is about the transfer portal. Were the boos uncomfortable to you as a Michigan fan, Sam Flannel?
No, they weren't uncomfortable to me.
Wow.
I wouldn't have done it. I personally wouldn't have done it, but I think a lot of Michigan fans are saying what I've been saying, what Adam Beydoun has been saying, that Cade McNamara did not have a lot to them winning the Big Ten championship last year. They had that running game. They had that defense, and Cade McNamara was just kind of responsible for not crashing the Lamborghini. I think Michigan fans...
how's that his fault?
It isn't his fault, but that doesn't mean he has to be gifted the starting quarterback job this year. That's the big thing.
He shouldn't have been booed.
I wouldn't have booed him, but I don't have a problem with him for doing it because
that's the same as booing him, Sam Flannel.
Right.
I wouldn't have physically done it, but I'm not going to be like, "Why'd you boo him?"
You should be outraged.
Yeah.
Why?
Because this is, I always hear this stuff. We're a Michigan man. I'm a Michigan man. We support our Michigan man. Well, this Michigan man helped you get a Big Ten championship, helped you beat Ohio State.
Took you somewhere you've never been before.
To the playoffs, somewhere Michigan has never been, and now we're going to have to stop. Now we get to dump the Michigan man crap, and so we're going to boo this man.
But he didn't have as big of a role as some people
are
saying.
So he should be booed.
No, I'm not saying he should be booed. I think Michigan fans understand that J.J. McCarthy is the quarterback that can take them to their highest level, and they don't want to see Cade McNamara on the field. That's all that is.
So you boo the man.
I'm not going to speak for them. I wouldn't have done it.
So you boo the man.
I don't think that was necessarily necessary, but I don't
wouldn't
think it was the worst thing in the world. Come on now.
I support him.
You don't have to
support the boos.
You know what? I don't have a problem with it. So I guess by de facto, I do support the boos.
So
That's
here's
fine.
the deal.
Whatever.
Here's an analogy then. If Cade McNamara were sitting homeless in the street and hungry and with a sign that asked for food, and Sam Flannel walks out of the pizza place with his pizzas that he's taking home right now, and he says, you know what, I don't want to carry this, and he looks back, Cade McNamara reads the sign and keeps walking and then throws the pizza in the trash. That's what you're doing right now.
I mean,
That's
the way
exactly
Cade McNamara played
doing.
against Hawaii, he's kind of on. No, I'm kidding. I'd give him the pizza.
No, you would. You know what you would do? You would pour the little grease from the pepperoni on top of his head.
I'm not a sociopath.
And then laugh and walk away.
You know what? This is why people don't like Michigan fans. You guys are asses.
We don't. Are you saying we have to show gratitude or something, or gift him the starting job?
No, just be silent.
Okay,
don't
that's
boo
what I would
the
have
man.
done. That's what I would have done.
Silence is golden, Terry.
Say, oh, here's Cade McNamara. Give him a clap like this.
Give him like a golf clap, maybe.
Right. I mean, you guys clap the crappiest athletes in the world, and this man gave you a lot, something you never had before, but you're going to boo him.
Yeah.
There's some interesting reactions in the YouTube chat thread. Chuck Brewer says, Neal, and he's a noted Michigan fan, Neal, the boos were classless junk. So
they were.
Okay.
But you know what I always hear? Oh, Michigan people, we're different than everybody else. We're above that. And then
things
do
change.
The same thing they do in Kentucky, Alabama, Auburn. Shame on you.
Rake says they should be booing Harbaugh, not Cade. Harbaugh put him out there in that situation. Go Blue says, not that it's an excuse, but I love that. Consider the time that game was, and it got delayed, and they let everyone go back to their tailgates. Oh, did they really? Wow. There was a lot of drunk folks at that game. And, hey, alcohol's a truth teller, everybody.
Oh, it does.
That's tried and true.
No, you ask somebody sober, hey, baby, do you love me? It's, oh, yeah, you're great and everything. And then you put some buckberry juice in them. Then, nah, I don't like you. My grandmother used to call wine and beer buckberry juice.
Jack Harrington, YouTube chat thread. Adam is a JJ Stan now. Can we confirm that?
Yes, we are the biggest JJ stans probably in sports media in Detroit at this point.
You know what else Adam told me? The Bears are going to go 0-17.
He has not been getting enough flack for that. He should have been roasted on his own show, and nobody said anything.
You know what?
I will roast
Real
him right
talk.
now.
And here I am in the streets for people, getting them right after a day where they lose every college football bet. And every Saturday night, 20 times out of 27, I've gotten you right. I only get tweets when the game doesn't pan out, which only, happens very rarely.
20-7 is a phenomenal record for betting. You could quit your job over that if you want to do that.
However, I go 20-7 and I win again.
What?
I gave you 2 on Saturday.
I was going to tweet you about the Texas game, but I didn't want to give you the satisfaction.
So that's what it is. It's spite. So you hate greatness. That's what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, and that's fair. I understand that.
At least I admit it.
But Adam is wrong all the time, and he's wrong on the show, and he's wrong in the Woodward Sports text thread. Mm-hmm. He's nothing but wrong. Nothing but wrong about everything he says. And here I am, 20-7 documented, and I get nothing?
You know, guys, Big D Energy audience, Adam Baydoun's 0-17 prediction lasted all of 1 week. That is historically bad. What the? He's not getting any flack for it. It's ridiculous.
And they're behind the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard he's a good golfer. I'm sure I'd beat him there. Yeah, from Adam.
Great.
I'm sure a lot like Nick Leach, I'm sure I would take him down too, So you were there, you saw it? Yeah, okay, so there you have that. But now, what about this real quick, Terry? This is interesting. Namahe in our YouTube chat thread. These college football players get paid enough to handle the booze. Are we comfortable with that yet?
No. You shouldn't boo. You should boo somebody because they suck. You should boo somebody because they're holding your team back. This man won a Big Ten title, beat Ohio State. Now, you ask any Michigan fan, what do you want to do? Oh, we want to win the Big Ten and got to beat Ohio State. Well, he did it.
Son Haskins did it.
Yeah. Okay.
He didn't screw up the game where you would have lost.
I wanted to know. That was it. Coquet says Neal needs to start charging for his picks. I'll never do that. I'll never do that because I want to enable people more to have a good time.
Okay.
That's what it is. See, I want the sports books to have to pay a penance, and the people can. I just want people to be able to go 1-7 during a Saturday, but then go 2-7 and finish even. That's what I want.
You know what I want? I want you to come up with your Neal Ruhl sports book, and I want to see you in an ad wearing a little cape and a turban.
Is that what you want to see? Instead, you'll have to settle for me holding a can of the Mulligan on a golf course instead.
Okay.
It's the official drink of summer. The Mulligan, made with gypsy vodka. If you're out on the golf course, hanging out in the backyard, the Mulligan is calling your name. I was on the golf course yesterday in Fort Lauderdale. I could have used a Mulligan. It was 102 degrees out there, man. It was unbelievable. I was screaming for a Mulligan, but now I'm back in Michigan, and I know the Mulligan's here. That's right. I can get it at a local golf course. I can get it at a Total Wine store as well. The Mulligan, made with gypsy vodka. Ask for it by name, and as always, drink responsibly.
You're an ugly guy, and that's okay because you've outkicked your coverage with your significant other. Well, that's good news for you. Their hotness and your notness could get you front row tickets. The Woodward Sports Network is giving you a chance to sit front row for the Detroit versus Washington football game. That's right. We're looking for the ugliest guy and the hottest girl. So fellas, come on. If you know you've outkicked your coverage, here's your chance. Post a pic of you and your superior-looking partner on Twitter or Instagram with hashtag Woodward Front Row. Follow us and tag at Woodward Sports. Hurry because we'll be selecting a winner September 16th. We can't wait to see you. Well, her. From the network that always outkicks the competition. Woodward Sports.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Hey, it's Sean Jordan from the Sports Marketing Agency, and SMA wouldn't be who we are without our amazing partners.
Thank you so much, Sean. You know, at Detroit Wayne, we want to serve as a resource for you and your families. We offer mental health services, substance use disorder services throughout our communities, and we want to be that source and resource within the community.
If you or a loved one are suffering from a mental health or substance abuse issue, please don't hesitate to call 1-800-241-4949.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
Welcome back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Neal Ruhl, Terry Foster here with you live from Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. That's fact, not opinion. Happy to have you all with us out here. We've been talking a lot of football today, college football, NFL football, all of it. And 9 drinks on our YouTube chat thread. We're talking picks and everything like that. And we'll have a pretty cool thing that we'll announce soon with Feldman Chevrolet about the football picks. 9 drinks said, Adam told everyone, guarantee the Rams. It's a guarantee on the Rams. Come on, man. Who sniffed that one out, too, by the way? Who broke that one down exactly, though? Old Uncle Neal did.
You know what? After you piggybacked off of me. I set you up. No, my ass. I set you up for
Terry,
that one.
there's only one person here 20-7 in picks.
No, you are,
right.
But I told you that from my experiences as a journalist, that teams that have their trophy ceremony or banner ceremony after winning the championship play like crap. And I said that's exactly what's going to happen with the Rams. And then you got all big and bad. Oh, hey, guys, bet the house the Rams are going to lose. You got all big and bad. Then you're just strutting your little chest out.
Because that's the way I felt, Terry.
Yeah, after I set you up.
Okay. I did want to wrap up this college football conversation. Coquet says booing a guy for a coach's decision is mid. That's
lower than mid.
Is there a lower than mid?
There's got to be.
No.
I don't know. Maybe
classless.
there is. Jack Harrington, Adam needs to be clowned. I think we need to start doing that.
It lasted all of 1 week. His 0-17
It's like, it was like your
projection for the
Nebraska
Bears.
take.
I think they're comparable, honestly, and I'm getting so much heat and Adam's able to skate off scot-free. That's just not fair, man.
Yeah.
Well, the man that stood up to Adam, they took him off that show.
Oh.
Steve Brown says,
That's what
I'm
I'm
shocked.
saying.
I'm shocked not that Michigan covered, but it didn't hit the over. Well, Michigan did not cover.
It is true. They did not
because
cover.
Neal over here got you right, 52.5 with the Hawaii. The other one I picked off,
I'll give you credit for that.
Texas plus the 21 over Alabama. It was really weird how 11 penalties got called in the first half against Alabama
That's true.
playing there in Texas. This is why teams don't play road games, everybody. It's hard. This just in. It's hard. And I think it was a little aggressive that they put Georgia number 1 over Alabama. Whatever. That poll's kind of a clown show now. Anything else in college football grab anybody's attention, though? I mean, for me, obviously the big-time upsets that happened. Texas A&M lost a home game as well. It was a pretty bloody Saturday for some folks.
It was. And they made fun of App State all during the week. They had these little guys in their little white pants and white shoes and white shirts making fun, calling them rubes when Texas A&M dudes were wearing overalls, and they're named the Aggies. Those are rubes, too. And then App State came in and beat them. Good.
Hey,
didn't App State beat Michigan once?
They did as a matter of fact. They did. How about old App State's conference, by the way?
Doing better than the Big Ten West at this point.
Yeah.
I got to give them credit for that.
They're dominating the Big Ten West, the old Sun Belt, man.
You know
the
what?
Big Ten West is bad.
App State's coming to the Big Ten.
They should. What about you? What about you, Sam Flannel? What grabbed your attention?
What about Notre Dame taking that ass whooping to Marshall? That was, I wouldn't say I'm super surprised because Notre Dame does not look great, especially offensively this year, but they hung in there against Ohio State, and then they go home against Marshall, and they just lay a complete egg, just a complete dud. That quarterback who was coming in this year as his first starts, he looks like a young quarterback and that he might just not be it. Their running backs, just everything has just fallen apart for them. At this point, are they even going to make a bowl game in Marcus Freeman's debut? They just looked awful. That stood out to me, but I'm pretty happy about that because as a Michigan fan, I can never root for Notre Dame.
Yeah, for me, it was old Wisconsin, old Nebraska, and old Iowa just giving me what I want every single Saturday. Is it safe to say a win over any of those teams is just another mid-win? Because that's what are we done with that now?
Yeah,
we're done with
just
it.
mid-wins.
Okay, so
100%.
I've converted you all now.
Yes.
Okay, so we can box that up and we can move on.
Yeah. No, all those.
I never
Michigan
want to hear about it again. I never want to hear about it when the polls come out and this is the year Nebraska's back and they're 15th in the polls and things like that. They stink.
You know who's always
They
back?
stink.
Nebraska, Iowa, and Wisconsin are always back.
Oh,
They stink.
they're all really bad. They're all going to probably win 5 games or less. Whoever wins the Big Ten West, what are they going to have 3-4 losses and get beat by 40 in the championship game? It's going to be ugly. It's going to be really bad.
But people
You're right,
show
Neal.
up.
If you build it, people will come.
Yeah, they will. They will. So, yeah, it's just one of those things where Michigan State, real quickly, too. Peyton Thorne, concern level. I'm raising my eyebrow a little bit.
If I were a Michigan State fan, I would be slightly concerned. He actually played well last year. I thought he was going to be one of their strengths coming into this year, but he has not played well so far. I think he can maybe turn it on when they get to conference play, but that's not a formula for success, saying you're going to turn it on conference play, but against your weaker opponents, you don't look so good. I'm concerned, but their running game with a two-headed monster that's kind of making up for Kenneth Walker's loss, I'm impressed with him. Jacoby Windman got another sack and a half. He's looking like he's that dude. They did pitch a shutout, even though it was against Akron. If Michigan did that, I would give them credit. So I will give Michigan State credit for pitching a shutout. If you do that against any team, that matters. The concern level for Michigan State, I think, is pretty low. But Peyton Thorne, 0 touchdowns, 2 picks. Are they going to be calling for the backup soon? That Kim kid, what was his name? Andrew Kim?
I think
he's
so.
injured, he can't play. But here's my concern. This is why I'm not a huge college football guy. You have so many games where you know there's no chance somebody's going to win. Like Akron was not going to go into Spartan Stadium and beat the Spartans.
Right.
Hawaii wasn't going to beat Michigan no matter what. Michigan could have had 5 players on the field and still would have won that game.
Noah Kim, by the way. My bad.
In the YouTube chat thread, Go Blue, I told you guys weeks ago, Neal's just building his case to hate when Michigan goes far again this season. But the schedule, yeah. Have you looked at it? It is set up. It's set up so well that they can lose to Ohio State and still go to the playoff.
I mean, if Michigan goes into the Ohio State game any less than undefeated, it is an unmitigated disaster. So what does that tell you? They got to be 11-0 going into that game because they're going to be favored by at least 7 in every single
Probably
game.
double digits. They'll be a double-digit favorite in every game they
You're
play.
You're probably right at this
Except
point.
Michigan State. They won't be double-digit.
They'll be double-digit favorites over
so.
Michigan State.
I think so.
What do you think they would be right now?
I think it'd be like 6.5.
No way.
Because they throw in the
Michigan
rivalry.
Army would run to the windows and bet that up to 12 immediately. Immediately, Terry.
They'll lose their money.
All right. Cintron's the official energy drink of the Detroit Red Wings, and you can get the limited edition 6-pack sampler box, all their great tasting flavors, the cranberry, the classic, and the sugar-free in one Red Wings-themed box. Get your Cintron 6-pack sampler at cintronworld.com/Red Wings. Get energized with Cintron, and let's go Red Wings.
Hey, it's Scott from The Bet Show. NFL Week 1 is in the books, and boom, we gave you all kinds of winners, even gave you the Sparties on Saturday. You guys are going to have to come check us out at 4:30 at the Woodward Bets YouTube page. You also got to get over that App Store and download oddstrader.com. It's got live scoring, play-by-play updates, and it's the best place to check all the odds for the best price right in the palm of your hands. But hey, let's get back to those fun coupons. Let's stay hot. Let's get us a winner. Listen, I'm rolling with the under tonight. I think it's going to be a pretty slow-paced game. oddstrader.com. Woodward Bets. Check it out.
Hi, I'm John from Better Rate Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
Neal Ruhl here for the Monroe Street Midway. It's open till September 25th. You still have time to experience downtown Detroit with roller skating, mini golf, art, live music, food trucks, and more. A fun, safe environment for everybody ages 1 to 100. Go to deckedoutdetroit.com for more information. Again, deckedoutdetroit.com for more information. See you at the Midway. Final segment of the show. Got a question for Terry Foster, Detroit sports media icon. Ask Terry. Let's do it. You're here, man.
I'm here.
Yeah, we're out here.
Finally.
We're out here, Feldman Chevrolet in Novi, Michigan's #1 Chevrolet dealer. T-Foss, kind
Neal
enough to
tried to
roll
trick
on
me
out.
so I wouldn't be on the show today, but I found you.
You did. You tracked me down, T-Foss. I don't know if you're tracking my phone or what the deal is. The away fan on our YouTube chat thread says, can't wait to consistently talk Red Wings on here. Red Wings soon. And yeah, when it comes time for that, and I think with this level of optimism you saw with the Tigers, and then it manifested again with the Lions, with selling out the standing room tickets and all that stuff, you wait for the team that actually is poised to maybe make a move and maybe contend for a playoff spot, because I do think that is rock solid. I tried to warn you all about the Tigers. You didn't heed the advice. That's on you. This one, though, I am buying with the Red Wings a little bit, Terry. That place is going to be on jam when they open up.
You want to go to Traverse City for training camp?
Are we supposed to?
No.
Okay.
I'm just asking, would you want to?
If I were a fan, like if I were still in that time, I mean, I'm like Prince Fielder. I got kids, Terry. Like I can't be rolling out there to there like that. The away fan, Neal, did you buy that Russian Fedorov jersey yet? No, I want to though. I want to.
Did you hear what Fedorov did?
Yes, and it's great. It is great.
Okay.
We talked about that a little bit on the show with DMAC about when they do the When they do the 3-on-3 overtime, when they win the faceoff, they pull the goalie.
Right.
Immediately. And it's brilliant because, Terry, you can't lose if the other team never has the puck.
True.
If
they get that puck, you're in trouble.
Right. Ethan Brown, Michigan isn't respected enough nationally to get in the playoff with a loss to Ohio State. Ethan, look, guys, apparently it's not getting through to you. Michigan is a name brand, almost like a corporation, where if you can get them in the playoff, you're going to do it because the ratings go
one
up.
other thing, brother. Michigan leapfrogged Clemson in the polls, and Clemson didn't lose.
Yeah, Clemson beat Georgia Tech by 30 on the road.
And fell behind Michigan. That's respect.
Guys, yes, they are. And again, my takes, they always manifest themselves, Sam Flannel. They sound egregious when I make them, but they manifest themselves.
I mean, as a Michigan fan, though, would I even be satisfied with the playoff berth if they lose to Ohio State? It just wouldn't feel the same. But if everyone is...
Dude, Alabama gets in with one loss, so why would you feel bad if Michigan got in with one loss?
Because beating Ohio State is more important to me than just about anything at this point. I'll admit it, and I think a lot of Michigan fans will agree with me. It's true.
So you'd rather beat Ohio State than get into the college football playoffs?
That's a tough one, but if we are going to make
no, don't give me that. That's a tough one. What's the answer? I don't let people off the hook.
If Michigan makes the college football playoff, it would require a win against Ohio State for me to be happy.
For you to be happy.
For me to be happy. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
So what would you rather have? A victory over Ohio State or a berth in the college football playoffs?
Give me Ohio State.
Damn. Hey.
They're Michigan State fans. That's a Michigan State fan take.
No. That's a
yes,
Michigan
it is.
Slap. No. That's the way Michigan thinks.
Sam,
you got to beat Ohio State.
Final couple minutes of the show. Take a deep breath for me. I'll do it. You would honestly take a win over Ohio State than getting a shot at the national title?
I mean, at this point, yes, because I've grown up in an era where Michigan has consistently been the whipping boy of Ohio State, and they always have the bragging rights, and that's just something that I always have to live with. I've been through all that pain. I've been through all that misery, so beating them is something that I just crave deep in my soul. And I know there's some Michigan fans that agree with me on this one. They have to beat them. If they beat them, I'm happy with their season, basically no matter what they do.
Westy, people are calling for it, Westy. YouTube chat poll real quick. Would you rather get to the playoff or beat Ohio State? Real quick, because he's getting some support on here, Terry, which blows my mind.
It does not surprise me at all.
But it doesn't, Terry. It doesn't. That's crazy to me.
It is crazy.
That's crazy to me. I want the national title.
But
I want to put it to bed. I want everyone. I want the Neal Ruhls of the world that sit up here.
They don't think they can win a national title.
Look, this is incredible to me because I would want the Neal Ruhls of the world to shut up when they say you've won a half a national title since the 40s. Like that's since leather helmets, you won a half a national title. Oh my God, that would bother me as a Michigan. Why don't you guys care about the national championship?
Because
Why?
they don't think they can win it. That's why.
Is that what it is?
They'll go to the semifinal, lose by 30, and come home. So they'd rather say, hey, beat Ohio State, though.
If Michigan, if you ask me a national championship or an Ohio State win, I would say national championship. But a college football playoff berth only and not guaranteeing a national championship, give me Ohio State.
You know what? I agree with them. If I were a Michigan fan, would rather have the victory over Ohio State. You know why?
Why?
Because you're going to go to the semifinal, get smacked around, and then you go home. And then at the end of the year, we made the college Final Four, lost by 30, but we didn't beat Ohio State.
Go Blue says beat Ohio State, always number one on the list. I can't relate to that.
Hey, we're a tough breed, Michigan fans. A lot of people hate us. A lot of people love us. We're just built differently, man.
I'm glad the show's over, actually.
You're weirdos.
I don't know what to say. Would you, and a YouTube chat poll, would you rather beat Ohio State or win the national title? This is stunning to me. 60% say they would rather win the national title than beat Ohio State. 40% of people would rather beat Ohio State than win the national title. Are you kidding me?
They've been brainwashed by Bo and Lloyd and all those old timers.
Look, I've been here over a year. We've done hundreds of shows. Thanks to the folks at Feldman Chevrolet out here in Novi. They're awesome. They've
You
always
always
been
know
awesome.
where you were when you found this out.
I'm speechless to that, man.
See, I tried to tell you things like this, but you're just so hard-headed. You don't listen to me.
I'm
You
young.
don't-
I'm
you
too
don't
young,
believe
right,
me.
Terry?
Right. You're a
Too young.
whippersnapper.
All right, that'll wrap things up for Big D Energy. Big thanks to Stick for stepping in for the first
That's
part
right. You
of
did
the
a
show.
wonderful job.
Terry Foster as well. Sam Flannel. Appreciate your efforts as always. Westy, great job out of Alex Westfall as well. We'll be back here all football season long. We'll be back in the studio tomorrow. My name is Neal Ruhl. Thanks for tapping in. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.
Boom.